Hello and welcome to podcast number one with Team Totempole.
We are a group of multimedia designers, also known as Team Totempole, as aforementioned. The team consists of four members.
Yeah, my name is Avalos.
Yeah, I'm Nils.
I'm Jens.
And Oscar. We're currently working on our first year exam project at Business Academy Aarhus. First of all, we have found a client, and it is Creative Business Center. We will not be able to go into great depths about them since we have signed a confidential agreement with them. So we will not focus on the client in our podcast, but on the work process behind and how we have chosen to work with the material.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, going to talk a bit about the work process overall. I'm going to present the Scrum theory. Being the Scrum Master, I'll present it. Since the Scrum is mandatory for this assignment, we focused a lot on doing this correctly. Um, Therefore, we have spent a lot of time making sure that everything is set for this assignment to work properly. We started out by making the first backlog, which is of course temporary. So we are going to add stuff during the process on all the things we are going to produce during this project. We divided the Scrum plan into four sprints, where the four sprints is 1 week at a time, and every day we're going to have a daily Scrum, being that maybe just one Scrum or even three Scrums a day. One day, one in the morning, one in the at lunchtime, and one in the afternoon when we go home.
And by the end of the week, we will have a sprint update. Or
Yeah, sprint review, which is what we actually are doing now with this podcast, trying to evaluate on what we have been doing the past week and trying to put it into words to get completely around what we have been doing. Yeah. So generally, that's how we are going to use the Scrum theory in our product.
yeah, to manage the project. But what have we done during the first week here? We met on up Monday morning. Didn't we had a client, but we didn't have any clue about what the hell we were going to do. Can we even say hell? Anyhow, yeah, we met
Fuck
up
that.
because the only client material that we had gotten at that point was, and still have, is just 2 to 3 A4 papers of thoughts from the company regarding the structure of the coming project that we're going to form. So, in other words, not much to go on, and we set out the first week from Monday morning, as I said, with a bit of how to say, like, we're a little bit scared, and we still are, but that's a good thing. We had, though, after trying to get to know our client a little bit better and trying to wrap our heads around what this client was actually trying to say with the material that we have gotten. Anyhow, we didn't do that in 2 days or more because it's a rather complex size. Anyhow, we were introduced during our school program so far to a couple of business analytic tools that we've been using so far. For example, the first one being the Shine, Edgar Shine. He made a model of culture analysis where you, through first off, you analyze the different artifacts from the given organization, then you look at the value, the espoused value, and then you end up by looking at the underlying assumptions of the culture. But since there are no existing grounds, platform, organization for our client, then that was rather difficult. So we've been trying to do it at our best, and also we've been looking at the other companies where there's on this project a couple of existing initiating, as we call them, partners.
So we are trying to put ourselves in the minds of the people who are going to be a part of this. So we're trying to imagine
Yeah.
how it would be.
Yeah. And as we just briefly covered, we we couldn't actually do an optimal Shine culture analysis. But that doesn't matter because we're gonna come back to that and create an awesome Shine analysis according to the concept that we're gonna develop for our client. Then we went on though to a traditional tool also, the SWOT and the TOWS, where of course the SWOT is where you outline the company's strength, weakness, opportunities analysis internally and externally. And that gave us also a good understanding, or let's say a better understanding of, of course, the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats for this company. You have to understand that these tools are giving us a better understanding of the business, and therefore we can create a more precise concept for our client that would suit them best.
Yeah, making a frame where we can work out a concept that suits this coming company.
Yeah, exactly. Just going back quickly, we've spent a couple of days on getting to know the client through, as I said, the different tools, but also just doing some research, of course. But that led us to, after 4 days of work and doing some extra work on the analysis, it was spending a little bit more time than we scheduled, but that's okay, because today we ended up, this is Friday, of course, on doing, using another tool, the business model canvas by, what's it called, Osterwalder?
Yeah.
This dude, is he
Using
Austrian maybe?
It's from, yeah.
Yeah?
Switzerland?
Switzerland or Austria, yeah.
Yeah.
Switzerland something.
Quite
And
sure that
America.
doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Yeah?
using the free tool on the website canvanizer.com, which was presented in class. Valas, wanna?
Well, of course, we had to kind of use what we can to better understand what we are working with. And we use Canvanizer, which is a web-based application. It allows you to create models for business model canvas, SWOT, TOWS, and there are some other things that you can use it for. And yeah, we created a business model canvas as well as SWOT TOWS, and I think it helped us to create a better image of what we are working with.
Yeah, and we already talked about that next week or whenever the time is best, then we can develop on this business model canvas, because it allows us not only to understand the client better, but also to develop on the idea so far, you know.
Yeah, and the Canvanizer is also great for this because it saves all the history, so we will be able to come back and view the choices that we made, and because of those choices we will obviously change the canvas, so we will be able to view the older version of it.
And in the end, we have a nice visual presentation of our thoughts about the company and the ideas.
Yeah.
And I guess it's important to kind of let people know that we chose to work with only business the first week to get there, so we all have the same foundation. So we can build a structure from the same foundation, so everyone's on the same page when we go into the idea development and concept development.
Yeah, very crucial for the first week to have a collective understanding before we start dividing the tasks to each individual.
There's been a lot of talking, a lot of sitting in groups and sharing ideas and brainstorming a lot. But it serves the purpose that now it's been a week, and now we have almost as good as possible understanding of what this company can be. Yeah. And now we are set for next week's concept development.
Yeah.
Other softwares?
Yeah, for the podcast we use Audacity, which is free, multi-platform program, it's very simple, and Zotero.
Yeah, for writing this assignment, we needed a good reference system to make sure that we got it correct and not get that was the librarian's word, fucked in the end. And so we found a program called Zotero, which allows us to make this library of all the books and articles and PDFs that we use during this project. And then when writing the assignment, we can just press insert reference, and then just search on the name and press enter, and then the full reference in the correct Harvard manner is put down in the end of the document, which makes the process of writing so much more easier. We only have to write the book once.
Yeah. Because we don't want to get fucked in the end.
We don't want to get fucked in the end.
No.
That's horrible. Never tried it though.
You have to say that.
Yeah, exactly. What else is there?
There's not much to say actually, besides that we've been thinking a lot and we've had a blast so far, and
Yeah.
we're just ready to get out of this, to get going, man.
Yeah, and we try to get as much experience and knowledge from outside this group. We try to get those informations by sharing ours. We haven't talked about it, but we use a blog called Team Totempole at WordPress.com.
Yeah.
.wordpress.com, where we share some tutorials and ideas and whatever we are working on.
Some fun time.
Some fun time, yeah.
And if we have to start evaluating already, as this podcast is meant to also, then we have to agree that we like the blog platform for sharing content, but unfortunately and rightfully also, the client needed this confidentiality agreement, and therefore we are not able to fully and optimally use this blog platform.
We can post detailed information, but we can post about our progress and how our take is on this project.
But as our teachers has also really put an emphasis on that this is still a learning project. So the way that we in this awesome group, Team Totempole, want to learn for future projects is also through this process. So we're still learning of how we work best together, right? And with what software or hardware that is.
Well, I guess that's the main thoughts that we had so far.
Yeah.
The past 5 days work put into words by Team Totempole. We will
And-
not be fucked in the end.
And next week we are starting concept developments, right?
Exactly.
So hopefully at the end of that week we will make maybe another podcast, just going through what we have done by then, and hopefully we have a concept
Starting to make our words become something
that we can sell.
something yeah, exactly. Because that's the plan. What else is there to say? I guess nothing. We're gonna make another podcast next Friday,
Yeah.
and we hope you enjoyed this.
Have a good weekend.
See you.
Bye.
Do it.